everybody, James with Love My Pets, My Breeder Supply. Well, here we go, last one. This marathon event here, this has taken me a couple of weeks to get all this done. So this is the very last one. Next litter. When's the next litter going to be? When do you expect the girl to come back and heat? Are you going to breed her? If so, why? If why not? All right, so let's talk about cycles in dogs. So this is progesterone level over time. So this is progesterone, and this is time in months. So what happens is you bred your girl, her progesterone level went up, and it stayed up, and it stayed up for about 2 months. And this is the second month. 2 months later, her progesterone dropped, she whelped puppies. And by the way, this happens even if you have not bred the dog. You still see the same things going on. And dogs that have not been bred, they still go through this whole progesterone cycle. So 2 months later, their progesterone levels dropped. And how long does it take before the next cycle comes along? And here's the next cycle. And the answer is 6 months on average. Doesn't mean it's because your dog, so it's 4 months from the litter is when litter was born before you can expect to become a teat again. And these puppies are going to go home about 2 months after that. So the puppies are going to go home in about 4 months. So after the puppies go home, mum's got a 2-month rest typically before the whole process starts up again. Will it be 6 months? No. Is it likely to be 6 months? Yes. It might be 5.5 months. It might be 8 months or 10 months or 12 months, especially in young and older dogs. So what do you do if she's not come back and heat after 6 months? You wait, that's all, you just wait. There are things that you can do like PG 600 to bring dogs in. I don't encourage those things at all. I think you need to let nature take its course. If you've got a dog that is 1.5 years past its heat, that might be a reason that there's something you need to go investigate. She could have been having silent heats, you haven't been seeing them, or it could be that she's just not coming back into heat. She needs some encouragement by something like PG 600. Never used it myself, never had to step in and do any of these things, and I've been doing this for a long time. So if it was easy to bring dogs in and get great results, we'd all be doing it, and the fact that we're not all doing it means that probably there are some problems with it, so don't push this. Okay, so every 6 months, we're going to get rid of this. Now we're going to talk about whether you should breed her. Should you breed her back to back, or should you give her a break? So a lot of people will say, oh, she'd be having a break. And, you know, that sounds nice. It doesn't sound nice if it's a financial operation, but it sounds nice that you're giving your girl a rest. So what do the repo people say? The repo people say, breed again right away. And the reason that they say that is because it is better for uterine health for a dog to have babies than not. And that what you should be doing, if you're not going to breed the next cycle, spay her. Be done with it, stop. That's the end of it. You did what you were going to do. For whatever reason, you're not doing it anymore. Either you breed her or you spay her. That's what the repo people say. I'm a little bit different than that. I think there's more information to be had than a simple straight answer like that. And so here are the things that we look at in terms of whether we're going to breed or not. So, by the way, we expect them to come in every 6 months. So that was that last little bit of the talk. Okay, so this is the criteria that I use to determine whether or not I'm breeding again. Was it fun? Did we have a good time with this? Was it successful? Did we sell the puppies or find new homes for them? Was it a good litter of puppies? Was it something that I want to do again? Because if the answer to that is no, don't freaking do it again. Spay the girl and be done with it. Don't go do things that aren't fun to do. Because if they're not fun to do, you're not going to do them very well. So, was it fun? The next thing is what were her insides like? Under the hood. When you had a C-section, if you had that choice, and it was a C-section, what does under the hood look like? Does she have a lot of scarring? Does she have a lot of adhesions to her uterus? What's the inside look like? Is she got a nice healthy inside? So if it was fun and the inside under the hood looks good, we're good for launch. Okay, so the next thing is, how was mum? Did mum bounce back? Was she nice with her babies? Does she look good after you'd weaned all the puppies and it was another 6 weeks later? Has she looking like her normal self? Did she behave well towards her babies? Was she a good caring mother? If it's yes to all those things, then you're good to go. So I think that it's keep on breeding as long as it was fun, her health on the inside looks good, and she bounced back and she had a successful litter of puppies. Look, if you had all kinds of problems with puppies that were sick, they got abnormalities, lots of cleft palates, things that you're concerned, then certainly one might think about not breeding that dog again, or at least breeding it to a different stud. And if the dog had a hard time with it, you might want to wait a cycle and wait until you do it a year later, not 6 months later. I think that's about it. All common sense, really. It's really all common sense. One other thing about this is that you will find vets who they don't like the idea about us breeding dogs, and they have every opportunity they can to spay a dog, they're going to take it. And some of these vets will recommend that if we're doing a C-section, we do a spay immediately while we're doing the C-section. I think that's a horrible answer. It's way too much load on the dog. If you're going to spay a dog, don't spay the dog during that surgery. Wait until she's weaned her puppies and she's bounced back to natural health, natural weight, and then go ahead and spay her. But to spay on the table while you're having puppies, you're asking for huge problems with her not recovering easily, not wanting to nurse puppies, having failed milk, and other problems. Don't do it. Okay, that was it. I hope you enjoyed these 12. Somebody needs to make some suggestions about what the next 12 is going to be, because it was fun doing it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.